What's going on, guys? Welcome along to another video, and today I am back up at Dick Love It, taking out the brand new GS1300. As you can tell, this is in the triple black model lineup. There are 4 different ones, but I'm not going to cover that today. This is just going to be my first initial thoughts on the new bike. I will be doing a full review on this bike coming next week, so make sure you subscribe to the channel to see that drop. But let's talking more riding. This bike is the triple black, as I mentioned, but it does have a few little goodies. We have got the ride height adjust. Not quite sure what the name is. I'll put it on the screen. So basically, when you come to the traffic lights, it will drop, and then when you take off, it will then rise back up. Speaking with the salesman, if you're of average height or taller, you probably aren't going to need this. This is going to be designed for those shorter riders that need a little help when it comes to the traffic lights. I'm not going to be covering any stats and figures in this video. Like I said, that will be in the full review coming very soon. But in a nutshell, this bike is lighter, it's up on power, and it's up on torque, which in my books is always going to lead to hopefully a better bike. I've left the ride height in auto. You can adjust it between obviously low and high, but leave it in auto, let it do its thing. I'm 6'1", and at the minute I've got both feet flat on the floor, just for a little bit of reference. Stock exhaust. It's 11 degrees, the ground is a little bit damp, and I do have the kind of semi-knobbly tyre option from BMW. And this bike only has 82 miles, so I won't be caning it. This video is not going to be very long. It's just going to be, like I said, my initial thoughts and opinions on it. It's that time of year where you start getting that mong drip, a little drip that hangs off the end of your nose. This triple black model does have the electric windscreen, which I think is really nice little added touch, especially when the other top tier adventure touring bikes from Ducati, etc., have those options already. That's going to be adjusted on the left, and then you can just pop it up and down. I am currently in road mode activated. Throttle response is nice and smooth, just like the other older generation, the 1250. I'm going to assume you can put it into Dynamic Pro and you can tweak around some of the settings to make it a little bit more snappy, a little bit more lively. We'll see how the quick shifter is compared to the older one, because the old one is a little bit clunky. Like, you know, it's changed gears. We'll see how this one fares up. Handling wise, it still feels nice and light. I'm not going to say it's a vast improvement over the old one, because actually the GS1250 for its size and the GSA handle really well, because they've got that low centre of gravity because of the big arse engine sticking out the bottom. But this 1300, it just flicks, it really does. I mean, it's still 230, 235 kilos, so it's not a light bike by any stretch of the imagination. But actually, you can't tell the weight there. I'm slightly annoyed that they haven't improved the screen. They've just used the old screen. I kind of wish they'd put full map navigation on either this one or bring over the RT screen, just so we've got it. BMW have their own rider app. Even if they just integrated that rider app onto the screen, personally I think they're missing out on a trick. Even the Chaser 9 GT Plus at what, 14.5 grand has got full map navigation. I believe the triple black over the white and the trophy has these extra fairings, so that's going to help disperse some of the extra wind. Right now the windscreen is at the highest position and the wind is right at the tip of my helmet. It's kind of the left and right wind I can feel coming onto the arms, so they do a good job, but I am not in a bubble we're looking at bikes like the RT 1250 and the K1600. Those things have got massive screens. I see that BMW have given us a charging option at the front for our little cubby hole. So in here is actually big enough for your phone, which is a nice surprise. And then inside it there is also a USB charging point. And keeping with that electronic gizmo feeling, spoken to the salesman today, he let me know that the panniers, one of them has a USB charging point inside. I believe they connect to the bike's electronics and the brakes, and they've got brake lights on them. But more importantly, the back box definitely has lights connected and also a charging point inside it. That's very good, because I'm pretty sure this bike doesn't have a singular brake light. So the brake lights are incorporated into the indicators, which if you know you're at a stoplight, foot on the brake and you're indicating, it's going to be pretty hard to see the brake lights or also the indicators. Not sure how I feel about not having a solo brake light. That's what I mean by the cubby hole, nice and big. I've got an iPhone 13 Pro and that fits in there, and then you take up this little rubber grommet down here. Hopefully you can see that. In there is the charging point. I do like my GSA where it's big and bulky, but the GS is nice and slim, nice wide handlebars, so it's easy for the steering. Standard engine sticking out the bottom. What I've noticed with the engine though, I reckon that they've moved the position of the heads ever so slightly, because on my GSA, when I come to traffic lights, I do sometimes tend to kick it with my shins, and so far I've not kicked it once. So whether it's a little bit higher, a little bit further forward, I don't know, but it's a small improvement that actually saves my shins quite a lot. 60 miles an hour, and the wind, yeah, it's still the same position, but I can feel it coming into the inside of my arms. Put it onto dynamic, you can definitely feel the difference in throttle response between dynamic and road. Shifter down, it's nice, it's smooth, it's not the smoothest shifter that I've used. For me, I think Ducati win that category. Yeah, there's a slight delay when you are shifting up. Feel that torque coming through. Oi, oi, oi. Yes please. Brakes are nice and progressive. They are strong, but it's like they're progressive strong, so they're not like really sharp, but they're strong. That's what I'd say. Quick roundup then of my initial thoughts on the GS1300. If you've ever ridden a GS or a GSA, you are going to feel right at home. Ergonomically, it is very, very similar. Handlebars look very similar. There are a few extra buttons. Overall though, it's not groundbreaking. It's not a huge difference between the GS 1250 and this. I won't say I can particularly feel the difference with the weight loss and then the extra power. It's light, it flicks, and you can feel the grunt. Still similar to the old GS 1250 though. I like the extra tech. I'm disappointed there's not full map navigation. For me, it's that age-old question of, should I upgrade? Am I going to upgrade my GSA 1250 to this? Not yet, is my opinion. I know a lot of people have, and that's absolutely fine. Looks is the other thing. I'm not against the front end. I like that it's got extra lights. People say that the light on this at night time is better than the GS. Unfortunately, I won't be able to test that theory, but who cares what the front looks like? You sat on it, you can't see. End of the day, if it gives you a better light frontage on the road when you're riding at night, surely that's the more important thing. Well guys, that has been a really quick kind of first impressions on the new GS1300. If you found it helpful, when you like this video, give it a thumbs up. More importantly, subscribe to the channel. And remember, I do have a full review with all the stats and figures coming very, very soon. Well, until the next one, ride safe.